setting up your business. Do you use a service like Doola, or do you dive into the paperwork yourself? It's the classic startup dilemma. Save money and do it yourself, or pay for a streamlined service that handles all the complex legal and financial stuff. If you're ready to form an LLC or a corporation in the US, especially as a non-US resident, this choice can make or break your initial momentum. We're breaking down Doola versus DIY to help you decide which path is right for your business. First, let's look at the DIY path. The biggest, most obvious benefit: cost savings. When you file directly with the state, you only pay the required state fees, which vary wildly. From under $50 in places like New Mexico to hundreds in states like Massachusetts or California. So why doesn't everyone DIY? Because the cost of a mistake can quickly outweigh any savings. Business formation isn't just one form. You have to navigate the correct entity structure, LLC or C Corp, understand state-specific requirements, and, crucially, secure an employer identification number or EIN. For non-US residents, this process alone can be an 8-week waiting game with the IRS if you don't have a US Social Security number. Then there's the ongoing compliance, annual reports, franchise taxes, and maintaining a registered agent. Mess up any of that, and you face delays, fees, or even the loss of your liability protection. Now, let's talk about Doola. Doola's core value is simplicity and speed, especially for global entrepreneurs. They aim to be an all-in-one back-office solution. What do they cover? The whole process: formation, getting that critical EIN quickly, setting up a US business bank account, and the all-important annual compliance. For a set fee, Doola takes that entire administrative burden off your plate. They are built specifically to bypass the headaches of being a non-resident dealing with US bureaucracy. They help you get set up, stay compliant, and can even offer add-on services for things like bookkeeping and tax filings. The trade-off here is the cost. You are paying a setup fee and an annual subscription on top of the state-mandated filing fees. For a simple local LLC, that extra cost might feel like a lot. So, how do you choose? Choose DIY if you are a US resident forming a simple business in your home state. You have the time, patience, and attention to detail to research and handle all the paperwork yourself, including the EIN application and ongoing compliance. Your business is straightforward and you want the absolute minimum initial cost. Choose Doola if you are a non-US resident launching a US company. The speed and assistance with the EIN, bank account, and all-in-one compliance is worth the cost. You want to focus entirely on building your product or finding customers, not on legal and administrative complexity. You value having a single reliable partner to ensure you remain compliant with annual filings and taxes. Ultimately, the best option isn't the cheapest. It's the one that lets you move forward with confidence. For many global founders, the peace of mind and the time saved by Doola is a small price to pay for a perfectly compliant launch. For the local, bootstrapped entrepreneur, the DIY route might be the right fit. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.